Hello. So now it is 3 p.m. and we have now the next session, which is on device modeling. So is the practice problem complete? If it is not complete, you can actually continue with it after the whole sessions. And tomorrow morning, if any doubts are there, we can have the doubt session at 9:30 to 10 a.m. in the morning tomorrow. So let us move on to the next session. So our team member Gloria will actually be taking this session. So over to you, Gloria. Please take over.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, all. Uh, Today, we are going to learn how we can use device model feature to add libraries in eSIM. It's basically you'll get many Spice library files available online, right? So there are many ways you can add library. So let me share my screen, and also I have one request. See, when I share my screen, right, I will not be able to see the chat messages. So we are no more strangers. It will be really helpful if you can unmute yourself and ask questions, right? It's just a simple demo how you can add the libraries in eSIM, right? So let me share my screen. We have already shared a document to all the participants regarding the device modeling. So there are three BJT models, and those lib files are available online. Okay. First thing, we will have a little hands-on session how we can add the device models. So when why we say it as a model in ngSpice, what happens when you model any device using mathematical formulas? That's why we say it as a modeling a device. Okay. So everyone, please open the eSIM window. Right. I hope everyone is on the eSIM window. So should I proceed? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I will say yes in chat
Please
window, and if some others
see.
also please give us it back. It will be
Yeah.
actually good and helpful for us to proceed.
Okay. So you can see here the fourth icon is a model editor, right? So click on the button. You can see the model editor window. So here you can use the new option to add a model. We have certain templates. I will show you that. Or you can edit a model, or you can upload an external lib file. Okay. So the hands-on session will be having the new using a new button how we can upload a library. So click on the new button. Okay. So what was the model we had given? It was BC549C, right? So enter the model name as BC549C and click on the OK button. So now if you see here, we have various device templates. In the yesterday session I told, right, each ngSpice model have their own references, like D is for diode, and Q is for BJT, and M is for MOS, so on. So now we are creating a new model for a BJT, right? So click on BJT button here. You can see the parameters are already there. So this is a template which our team has created. These are the parameters, the minimum parameters that are required to model a BJT. But yes, it is again a user choice, right? So again, you have in this NPN or PNP. Now we are designing a NPN. So click on NPN. And please enter the values based on the sheet which is being provided to you. You can refer that. And every time the order will change, it is not constant. So if you see in the sheet, it will be first one is vs or vts something, and here it is coming different. So don't worry about this order. It will always change when you load the model editor. So once you enter the values, please let me know. It will take some time, I think max 3 minutes. And also, if you want to remove any parameter, for example, there is one parameter which is said delete, right? The RB. Basically, it is required just for this to show the how the remove option works. Uh, I like we have given it as a delete. Yeah, see, if you see the doc which has been shared with you, right? So if you want to delete any parameter, click on the parameter and use the remove option, right? Similarly, you can also add. You can use the add button to add the parameters. If you want me to repeat any step, please let me know.
Or
Like I said, I cannot see the chat
excuse
window.
excuse me. Just for practice, can we keep all the parameters as it is, whatever are given there?
Okay, no worries. Not at all a problem. But so if everyone is comfortable, then I'll go ahead. Yeah, it is too many parameters. I can understand. So everyone is done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
There is a doubt in the chat window. From
Yeah.
where can we get the values?
Yeah, I will show you that. I will show you. Let me first demonstrate how we add this, how we use the device modeling feature in ASIN. Then we can go to a ngSpice manual where you'll get the clear idea how they are designing it and what are the minimum requirements for transistors. It's not required you need to enter all the 27. There are something known as level 1 modeling, level 2, level 3 modeling. With the minimum requirements also you can get the transistor functionality, but yes, there are some compromises also. So let me first give a small demo so that I have to switch back to the window, right? So let me finish this giving a demonstration how to use this, right? Okay, so should I go ahead?
Is there a PDF shared? That's what they are asking. Because I can't see the beta value.
Yeah, we have already shared it, right?
Uh, Please check the
Ye-
shared folder. Which we
Yeah, you
have.
can please, yeah,
Going to
it's
use.
already been shared.
Saurabh, can you just paste it? Because morning you had pasted that.
Uh,
So,
yeah, ma'am. So the guide document. Okay, I'll locate it and paste the link here.
yeah. So it is there, no, inside that folder.
No, it is. I have to check. I'll check and add it.
Yeah, please add it because I think. Yeah, just wait. I think if it is not there, Saurabh will paste it and give it to you.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Also, while you're entering the name of parameters, is it case sensitive or?
No. It's not at all a case sensitive. Why I'm saying
Okay.
this is a template, right? Because the team is already have shared this values, like they have built it. So these are the minimum parameters. So it is not at all case sensitive. And even if you see here, it's not required to make into 10 raised to minus 12 or exponential minus 12. It's fine. No need of editing the parameters. The parameters are already fixed. Either you can add or remove it. The only way is you need to change the values. Like I said, the order of the parameters differs from one every time when you load model editor. First time I may get XTI as my first parameter. Second time I may get it as MJE as the second parameter, and so on. Right? So only you need to enter the values, not the parameters name.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you, Gloria. I have
Yeah.
added the document on the drive, and the drive link is shared. I've shared in the chat. So
Okay.
everyone, you can go through the. You can just go to day 2 folder, and there is a file there named eSIM workshop device modeling bjt.pdf. So that's the document you have to refer to. Yeah, Gloria, you can continue. And
Yeah, so should I need to wait for you guys to
Just wait
upload?
for some time, Gloria.
Yeah.
As I think just now only we uploaded it, so they may have
Okay,
to
okay.
just
No worries.
download
Yeah.
it. So just 5 minutes. Let us
Yeah.
just
Make sure you all just enter the values, okay? Don't re-enter the parameters name. So it is one and the same, and it's not at all case sensitive.
And
Just you need to find the parameters.
if someone let us know that it is done by at least some of the participants, then we can actually proceed.
Sure, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, RB is required just for a demo purpose. I'm saying that RB can be removed. It is required. And there are certain parameters which is which are really need to be there while modeling the BGT, and certain parameters you can ignore some point values. If you can see the other models shared in the document, right, you can see all has the RB values.
I think, Gloria, we can proceed. Some of the people have already given us a go ahead.
So in the chat window, yes, you can refer to the NGSpace manual. I'll be showing that how you can derive those equations. Okay. But basically this is a library file which is already available online. So, okay, once after entering the parameters, you need to click on the save button, right? On the top panel, you can see here. So you'll get the information dialog box saying model saved successfully, right? So where this library is being added, like I said, we are doing a device model, right? So if you can see in the eSIM drive, library, device model library, and which one we had chosen? Transistor, that is the BJT. So if you had chosen a diode, it would have been saved here. If you have chosen MOS or FET, they would have been saved in the respective folders. So if you see here, the library has been created along with .lib and .xml, right? Any doubts? Okay.
Ma'am, can you repeat this tip once?
Oh yeah, sure. So once you click on the save button, right? Once you click on the save button, once you get that the model saved successfully, where exactly this library's file is going in a eSIM? So that is the question, right? So what we are doing a device model, right? So you can find this library in the device model folder of eSIM. So on my downloads, the eSIM 2.1 is there. If you click on it, you can see the library folder, right? So here you can see there is a sub-circuit and device model library, right? So we have done device model library. So click on it. And like I said, if you see, if you had chosen a diode, then it would have been saved in the diode
Still
folder.
I could not find it. Will you repeat it once again?
Sir, it will be in C, FOSSI, eSIM.
On my desktop.
Not on desktop. Where on where you have downloaded the eSIM? C drive, FOSSI, on C drive, FOSSI, eSIM 2.1,
Acha. Okay. Okay, fine.
library, and there in the device model library, right? Were you able to find it, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So in the transistor, you can see your library is being added. Okay. So I have already created this, which I'll be using for a demo purpose. Now, next step, what is the other way to add a library in the device model? If you can see an upload option, right? So what if you see the document which we have shared, I've just copy pasted this model in a text file and saved it on my desktop. Right, the same model I have copy pasted it and saved it on my desktop. So how I can use the upload option? So I'll click on the upload button, right? I'll select desktop. Okay, you can see the .lib file. The extension should be .lib. That is the main thing, right? And click on open. So what do you want your library, model library name be? So what was the model library name? BC847C.
So, Gloria,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt you. One user, Sonia Behra, is saying that can you please repeat the steps once?
Okay. From start or from the upload button?
Miss Sonia, can you please answer?
The upload button. Upload.
Okay, sure. No problem. So what we have done is I have the document which I've shared, right? There is one more model, BC847C, right? So I just copy pasted this model in a text file, okay, and saved it as .lib. The .lib is the extension that is required for a upload button, okay? So the upload button, it uploads the external .lib file to eSIM, right? So when you click on upload button, you need to give the path where you have saved the .lib. So as of now, I have saved it on desktop. So were you able to follow the steps, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So click on that and click on the open button, right? So it will ask what is the model library name you want to give. So it is BC 847C, right? Click on the OK button. So now where it is being saved? That's the second question. So when we created using a new model, it's saved in the device model library directory under transistor. But when you upload a file using the upload button, you can see you have something known as user libraries, right? So in that it will be saved. So everyone is clear about it? Any doubts?
Clear, ma'am.
Okay. So now, a small demo of this added libraries. So I have taken the simple BJT amplifier example that is present in the examples folder, and I have made 3 copies. You can see, right? There are 3 copies. One issue which I faced, right? So when I copy the plot with respect to each and everything, it gave me some error saying that previous XML file is not written. So it's advisable to add the plots again. Okay. So if you see, this is the eSIM library, right? This one is a KiCad library. You can see here. So you have, right? From here I have taken. And this is also a KiCad library. Okay. So the BJT amplifier, which is already there in eSIM folder, I have taken the same example just to show the characteristics of the added models, right? So go back to the eSIM window. I'll click on KiCad to ngSpice button. The parameters are also the same. I have not changed anything. Source also same. Now coming to the device model. So the one device model added from the NPN, okay. The other one which we created just now, BC549, and the A847 which also we created just now under user libraries, right? Everyone is clear about the steps, right? I just added the path to the libraries. If you can see, the one which was created using the upload option is from the user libraries directory, right? Using the new button, it is under the transistor directory, right? Any doubt? Okay, I'll proceed. So let me plot. And the ngSpice commands which I'm using, right? You can see it in our web page. They are already available. You can see there will be a slight change in the amplification factor. That's it. Nothing more. Any doubts? You can see the ngSpice commands here. It is not something. See, you can see in our eSIM webpage there are ngSpice commands. You can use it. If you want to type the addition of the output source, multiplication or log or decibel value, you can use the commands. So any doubts still here? Am I fast? Okay, then let me proceed. Right? So now there is one more way to add a library device model. That is, if you remember in the introduction class, Professor Mahesh Patil sir had told how to create a ngSpice a file, right? So I'm opening the .cir.out file. Okay, right? So now I want to replace this Q2N222 with the model which I am creating. So if you see the doc, I have already here one more model, BC547C. And one more thing, before I go on, if you're including the eSIM libraries, right? If you're including the eSIM libraries, that's why you get it as dot include npm.lib, dot include bc549.lib. That means when you were giving the device model path, that time you added the libraries, right? That's why it is like this, dot include. But now as a user, I want to define my model here itself. Okay. So I don't want to include from the eSIM libraries. So let me comment it or let me remove it. So where is BC847C in my CIR? Yeah, here, right? Right. So now I have added a one more model BC547C, right? Now I'll add the model definition here. Any doubts? I'm just showing without including the device model library also, the user can specify. This is an ngSpice netlist file where you can give the values. You can change this 2K to 4K, the sign. Similarly, you can define a model. You can define a subcircuit, right? You can define what plots you want. You can define what transient analysis you want, and so on. Okay. So let me save and exit it, and I'll run the simulations. You can see the plots. So what you understood from this, like, it takes some time to understand the CIR file. See, if you see this line, right? V3, what does that mean? Can anyone tell me this? So this is my circuit, right? So this is the V3. And my CIR file is saying that V3 net R3 pad1 ground DC10. What does that mean? If you see, the V3 is connected to the node that is connecting the R3 as well as to the ground. That's what in the introduction class, how you can write ngSpice is between the nodes, right? Between the nodes. So the V3 is connected to the junction of R3, one end, and the other end is connected to the ground. And the V3 is a DC, and the value of that V3 is 10. Very able to understand it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Why I'm saying this is you can model it. It's not required that you have to run a schematic and do it and then come back. Not required. If I want to say, show me the plot for 4K, it's not required. You should go back to the schematic editor, write there 4K, annotate it, then generate netlist. Not required. You can change it here, right? Yes. Anyone has doubts? So understood, right? How we model the ngSpice file. This is very important because you cannot go on to the schematic pack and change the values and come back. If you want to include a subcircuit file, you can say, you can define a model of subcircuit and you can declare here dot subcircuit instead of dot model. That is why it is called as user-defined models and user-defined subcircuits, right? So now, coming back to this, so now if I replace this with one more library, 1 minute. Let me annotate it. Okay, so if you see, I'm getting an error here, right? Now, why is this happening? Can anyone tell me? Don't go in deep, like not, just see the diagrams and you can tell me what is the error. I don't, so it should not be only me talking, right? Anyone?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, please tell me.
Ma'am, is it the extra junction which is present there?
No. If I give one hint, you guys will understand. Just now I changed the transistor, right? So can you compare the transistors?
Yes, ma'am.
BC
Yes.
NPN with BC108.
Pins are changed.
Yes, the pin really matters. So if you are using any KiCad libraries to run with the Spice, right, make sure your pins must be proper, right? So if I want to change the pin also, I just right click on it. This you'll be learning in the next sub-circuit tutorial. Just for introduction I'm giving, okay? I will edit with the library editor. So if you can see, like I said in the previous class, you can do the drawings. This is where you will do the drawings, right? So if you keep a cursor on the pin and say edit pin, you can see this, what you want, what is the electrical type, and all those things. Basically, for all KiCad libraries, it is passive. In one of our team discussion, we were like having a discussion. Earlier, it was open emitter and open collector for BJTs. So when you can choose open collector and open emitter, but make sure when you choose it as open collector or open emitter, you need to have a pull up and pull down resistors in your circuit. Otherwise, it won't give you a proper output, right? This you will learn how to model this, how to do the drawing in the sub-circuit builder. In that tutorial, we showed how to add it in a sub-circuit, but you can add it in any of the libraries. So now the question. So this ends the device modeling feature of vSim, right? So any doubts in this, how to add the library and like how to simulate, how to define a model in the cir.out file? And no doubts. So then I'll proceed.
Then, ma'am, while changing port numbers, we have to also change the numbers in footprints too, or in this circuit only?
In the footprints, Saurabh, can you please answer that?
Yeah. So, so if you have used the transistor that you see on the right hand side, so accordingly you have to change accordingly you have to choose or keep in mind the footprint that you are going to use. So the footprint is going to be the same. You just need to know where the pins are inverted here, right? You have to keep that in mind while designing the circuit and assigning the footprint.
Okay.
So now we see how we can resolve this in our SpiceLib file only. So if you go to the ngSpice manual, right? So many had doubts how we can add the parameters. So if it was a diode, we could have easily referred the data sheet and would have filled the values. But when it comes to BJTs, from the data sheet, you need to take some parameters into consider and calculate the values. So if you see, this is the ngSpice user manual. Again, it is available on our web page. See, you can see, right, ngSpice manual. If you click on it, the chapter number 8 deals with the BJT. Okay, so this is the general form. See, this is the collector pin, base pin, and emitter pin. So we had that pin issue, right, in the schematic. If you mentioned it, the 3, 2, 1, then that issue won't come. Okay, see. So again, I said there are different levels. If you specify level 2 or level 3, then that means they are using C. If you don't specify any levels, if you see in the doc sheet, we are not specified any levels. That means it is a default model. It is a default model. If it is a level 2 and higher levels, that means you are adding some more parameters that can take care of the temperatures, the bulk collector current, and all those things. And all the BJTs are modeled using this model, Gamalpool models. Right? So if you see here, these are the equations which are used to calculate the parameters using that model. So the doping of the N doping of the base, then doping concentration, and the width of the base, the charge, right? So this is how you model a BJT. Yeah, it looks a little complex, right? But it's really interesting if someone wants to work on it. You will get enough knowledge about it. Unfortunately, I have not worked, but yes, I really appreciate if someone works and says we have come up with a model. See, it's so interesting, right? So if you are a faculty and if you want to have a course, see, the entire 4 months you can utilize on this course. You create a diagram, you model the library, finding this itself, then you go for simulation, then for PCB. So there ends the course. What are the course outcomes? The student knows and even we learn, right? So this is how the Gamal-Pool models is being used. You can see. So you have to use the data sheet and then taking some parameters into that, and then you have to calculate. Actually, if you see certain videos, right, they will simulate, and then based on the trial and the competitive methods, they have calculated the parameters. There are so many videos and notes available on how to spice model a BJT. So any doubts? You can ask any doubts. This is how you model a BJT. These are the parameters. And like I said, it's not required to have all the 27 parameters. If you see, 1 minute, I'll show, which is already existing in iSIM Lite. See, it does not have all the 27 parameters. It's user choice, like what actually he wants the BJT to be modeled, like whether to take into consideration of the temperature coefficients, the areas and all, whether to take the substrate into consideration, or it is fine. I can show here one. Yeah, see this NS is the optional substrate node. So this NGSpice manual will teach you how to model all the devices as well as the sub-circuit and even the XSpice models and so on. Right? This is the chapter 8 of NGSpice manual. Any doubts? Do you have any questions? Ma'am, shall I stop sharing my screen? I'm done with this. How to add the use the device model feature of this.
There is
Yeah.
one query. I think it is based on the work which we did yesterday.
Okay, LT-Spice falls into KiCad. Like we said yesterday, that LT-Spice is in a beta version, right? Give us a week time. It's like we are checking the circuits. See, if we want to launch the P-Spice also, Sir had made sure that we will at least verify 300 to 400 circuits before we launch it on a website. So the same thing we are doing. Give us some time, we will launch it on our web page, and we'll give all the instructions and how to open it and all, along with the the tool. So any other doubts?
Where can I find the manual?
NGSpice. Okay, it's on our web page under resource. See, under resource, you can get all, even the NGSpice commands. See, these are the NGSpice commands. See the 2,1, it's again a node. If you had what Professor Mahesh Patil has said, each line, each node, if we see in a CR file, right, the net C3, that's the node. Okay, so anything else?
If anyone of you have some doubts, please ask, so that there may be many other people who may have the same doubts, but they are not asking. So at least one person, if Gloria can answer that, and everyone will understand. That's why we are coaxing you to ask doubts.
See, we are not strangers anymore, right? From yesterday, we all are together. So please, you can ask so that even we can have some knowledge. Some people have already used it. See, whatever we have done initially, you may find it difficult, but the practice within a month, not even a month, within 10 to 12 days, if you practice, it will be easy.
Okay, I think.
Yeah, ma'am. I'll stop sharing. Yeah.
So, is there any doubts on the PCB front, which we actually had concentrated today on? Is the all the practice problem and everything complete from your side, or still some is left? Can you just okay, doing okay? No, completed. Great. If someone wants to share their output files or something, whatever device model instructions can you give, Gloria?
Yeah, actually, what do you want on device modeling, ma'am? Do you want to know how to add a library, or do you want to know how to model the parameters? Ms. Preeti, are you there?
library addition.
Okay. So is you want me to share my screen, or can I just tell it?
It is okay if you tell.
Okay, good. So if you see, when you click on a model, when you click on the model editor, right, from the left toolbar, the fourth icon, you get a model editor window. So there are two ways, okay, to add a device using eSIM. So
I
first
think it
one
is better to once again show it. That is better. That's what I think, rather than just narrating. Is it possible for you?
yeah, ma'am.
Yeah,
Just a
please
minute.
share then.
Yeah. So you can see my screen, right, ma'am? Can you see my
Yes,
screen?
yes, we can see.
So here is the button, right? The model editor button on the left toolbar, right? So this is mainly for you adding the device model files into eSIM. Okay. Tomorrow you'll be studying this. Okay. So when you click on the model editor button, you can see that the model editor window opens. So there are two ways to add a external SPICE or .NET files of devices into eSIM. The first one is using a new button, and the second one is using an upload option. Okay. So if you click on a new button, okay, and you say I want to enter a model of um, for it. So now you all know that you have been using in the lab 1N4148 is a diode device model, right? See, if you see, when you click on this, these are the templates that our team has already designed. So if you click on diode, you will get a parameters using the data sheet. You need to enter the values for a diode. If you click on BJT, if you want to create a new model of the BJT, then again in the BJT you have NPN or PNP, right? So you can choose which one you want to create. The parameters are there. You can enter the values. If you want to add more parameters, click on add button. And if you want to delete some parameters like IAC, IKF, they are 0, right? You can remove it. Similarly with MOS, right? So are you clear till here, ma'am? How to choose the templates? Yeah.
Yes. Ma'am, actually, I have a doubt over here. See, when we are modeling these, the references should be taken from some data sheets or something like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, ma'am. Like I said, if you see the NGSPAS manual, right, you can see that everything, each and everything has an equation for it. You have to
Yes.
look for a data sheet, take some parameters from them, and then you have to model it.
Okay.
For diode, it is fine. You can directly get the values, but for the BJT and for higher devices, then you have to, like I said, the doping matters, the width matters, right? Again, the doping of the emitter is different, base is different.
Right.
So and even when you calculate the current gain, right, the alpha is again dependent. When I was preparing for the workshop, I was going through that. So you have to first calculate the alpha of the with respect to temperature, then beta, then gamma. So that all matters. But again, it is your choice whether you want to model taking consideration all the temperature, everything into consideration, or you just want to model a simple BJT that gives the input and output characteristics.
Like for example, if a BJT like a BC547, so it will have its typical parameters also. Where aren't there inbuilt which we can take?
Yes, ma'am. See, if you see the data sheet, right, even though it is said HFE is between BC549C, right? So even though it said HFE varies from 400 to 6, mention of HFE in this parameters. That HFE is again taken into consideration and it is given for forward characteristics of the transistor, like forward saturation transport, and those all TF transit frequency. And those all uses that gain to calculate these parameters. The RB, RC, those all things. I hope you got my point.
Yes. Thanks.
Okay. So this is the one way. So when you add this library, right, using the new option, you can see it under the transistor. Since I'm using a BJT as the template. If I choose a diode, you can find it under a diode, right? So now the other way, the second way where we can add this library is using an upload option, right? So it clearly says upload means you can upload an external .lib file. So you can go to online, you can download it and save it in a .lib file. So when you click on upload, right? So I have already saved it in a text file and saved the extension as .lib. You can see the files of type is only .lib. That's why. Okay. So when you click on this and say open, okay, you can see that libraries will be added under user libraries because it is user defined. It is not defined using a template, right? So any doubts still here? You can upload the SPICE libraries of diode, of transistor, of MOS, everything you will find in the user libraries. Whenever you upload any library file using the upload button, you'll find it under this folder, user libraries folder. Okay, any doubts still here?
No, thanks.
Okay, and the one more way is what Professor Mahesh Patil sir said is you can directly add it in your ngSpice, that is cir.org file. You remove anything or you can add some libraries and you can define the model here itself in this file. Save and exit. That is also possible. Okay, thank you. Over to you, ma'am. Usha ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Gloria. So I hope everything is clear. And thank you, Gloria, for that. I think everyone were doing it and I think they all found it interesting. So thanks, Gloria.